make sure my audio settings are correct here before I get too far in. Okay, I think I'm good. Okay. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Trying to make sure I got everything. Where is it? Thank you for bearing with me. This always happens when I am using this feature. Here we go. Okay, I got myself situated. Awesome. Well, hello everyone. Happy Monday. What an exciting time. I'm so excited to be here with everyone to open up with our Create Your Life Challenge. I've been waiting for this for such a long time. We've been planning this for a couple months now because we want it to be amazing. This is such a powerful time of year where we're really big on reflecting, right? Reflecting on the past year that we had, reflecting on where we're going, right? And what we want the new year to hold and look like for us. So really excited to be here with you all. Whether you're live, whether you're watching the replay, whether you're rewatching, wherever you're at, I'm really excited that you're here and that you've made the first step in deciding that you're ready for a change and you want this new 2020 to be something different and something really super special for you. So I commend you on that first step. So before we get started and dive in, I am Jillian Willie. I am a coach with Exo Universe and in our beautiful group here that we have created. Please feel free to drop a comment, say hey. Let me know who's dropping in. You can share where you're from. It's so cool to see where we're reaching in the world as we grow and connect with new people. So feel free to drop that in there. I hope everyone had a beautiful weekend, whether you were celebrating the holiday, whether you don't celebrate the holiday, whatever you did. I hope it was absolutely magnificent and beautiful and relaxing and filled with family and peace and love. So I want to get started and respect everyone's time. There is a reflection journal that goes with this event. It is a 4-day event. So if you did not get that, please let me know. You can drop it in the comments. You can message me and I will make sure that we get that to you. It's a really great resource to use to take notes during the 4 days this week. And also there are some reflections that go with each day. As a lot of you probably know, it's great to hear information, but then to embody it and to really put it into practice, that's where the true magic happens, right? So the questions in there for the daily reflection will really help you to embody this material so that you can get the most out of it. So if you need that, please let us know. We will get that to you as soon as possible. And we can tag you in that post. Okay, so the way this week is going to work, I am going to be sharing with you some information on 2 of the days, and then Dr. Singer is going to be sharing information with everyone on 2 days as well. So really excited. We've created something really beautiful and unique for everyone. So today is all about creation, because this all starts with what do you want to create? Right, going into the new year, a lot of us, we think about goals, but I really want to challenge you, hence Create Your Life Challenge. I want to challenge everyone during this next week and going into the new year to really create what you want. You know, not the goals that everyone thinks you should have or the goals that you've had year after year, but you're not making progress because you don't resonate with them and they're not yours. Sometimes we take on goals that everyone else around us thinks we should want, but maybe we don't really want that. Or maybe it's a goal that you've had for a while and you do really want that goal to come to fruition, but maybe you don't know how, or you haven't had the motivation, or maybe you haven't had the support system to be able to achieve that. So that's what we're kind of here to help you do today. So first things first, we are creators. Sorry about my my blur here. My camera kind of loses focus a little bit, so I apologize for that. But we are creators. Okay, we were put on this earth as creators. And if we look around us in this big, beautiful world that we have here, look at how many things have been created by human beings, right? The computer or device that you're on right now, the clothes that you're wearing or we're all wearing, right? The seats that we're sitting in, the houses or the buildings that we reside in. Everywhere we look, there are new things that are being created. Everywhere we look, there are things that have already been created. And the possibilities are absolutely infinite. So I want today to really get everyone thinking about being a conscious creator and opening up your mind to what is truly possible. Okay, so 3% of the population, they're the ones that want to do more, to be more, and to see more. And the fact that you're here today, that lets me know that you are in that 3% of people. Most people kind of just go about day to day, not really expecting things to change, not really feeling like it's possible for things to change. But some people just have this like, yeah, I'm made for more. Yeah, there's something better for me out there than what I'm currently doing. So that's you if you're here. So that's really exciting that you're part of that 3%. So, excuse me, life can be whatever we want it to be. There is no limit on what is possible in our world. The only limit that exists for us is the limit that we put on ourselves. Okay. I want to bring up a really powerful example of the Wright brothers and airplanes. Okay, so when the Wright brothers had this vision, they didn't quite know what that vision was. They knew that they wanted to introduce people to a new kingdom, but they didn't know what that was going to look like at first. But they put that intention out into the universe, and then the rest just kind of fell into place because that's the way that the universe works. The universe always is going to say yes to what we put out. The universe wants what's best for us, and the universe wants what we want to come to fruition. So the Wright brothers had this big, beautiful vision, and they started setting out to create airplanes, right? And it didn't go so well at first. It wasn't working. They had to try over and over and over and over and over again. And people told them they were absolutely bananas. I mean, people told them there was no way it was possible, that they should just give up. They were spinning their wheels, totally crazy. But look what happened. They did not give in to what the Wright brothers said. I'm sorry, to what people around them said. And thank goodness they didn't, because airplanes are an amazing invention that we have today that have revolutionized the way that we travel. And the possibility for getting goods, right? Exporting and importing different goods from different places all over the world. And if they hadn't done it, someone else probably would have somewhere else down the line. But that's one of my favorite examples because it is proof, solid proof that anything is possible. Sometimes we take these things for granted because it's just part of our everyday lives. But we have to remember that at one point it wasn't. Okay. So literally anything is possible. If it hasn't already been created, then we create it. That's the beauty of it. Okay, so we want to attract what we want and not what we don't want. Okay, we are basically magnets. Okay, everything in our world, including us, is made up of energy. Okay, so this is all physics. Learned about this in science class. So we are all energy, and energy is like a magnet. So whatever energy we are giving off is the energy that we are attracting to us. And the way we can kind of know like what energy we're in, it's made up of your thoughts, made up of our feelings, our actions. Okay. So when we are thinking thoughts that are positive, when we are doing physical actions that are positive, when we are feeling positive, then we know that we are attracting positive things, experiences, people, other things of like energy to us. And the same thing is true of negativity or or things that make us feel not so good. When we're thinking bad or not happy, sad thoughts, when we're doing things that don't make us feel good or that don't align with who we are and we don't want to do them, then we're attracting more of that like energy. So we want to spend as much time as possible in that positive place, in those living in those positive high frequencies, so that we can also be attracting to us things of like energy. And a lot of us spend so much time doing things that we just don't want to be doing. So that in effect is attracting to us those negative things. So that doesn't mean that if you're in a situation that you don't like, that you are just doomed to attract negatively. It's about how you look at the situation. So let's say you're in a job that you really don't like and you want to get out of it. That's great. We can make that happen. But while you're there, you have control to think positively, because every situation has a good and a bad side, just depends how you look at it. So it is possible to twist that negativity around into something positive, and maybe focus on the fact that you're, bringing in money to take care of your family, or the good things, maybe you're producing goods through your job, whatever it is, and you're producing something that helps somebody or brings joy to somebody else. So there's always a positive spin on things. So by thinking about the positives of the situation, you're then attracting positivity to you. Okay, so we want to try to be there as much as possible. Okay, so if you don't expect something, you're not going to get the unexpected. Okay, so I think of this a lot as like Groundhog's Day. A lot of people are living the same life. You don't every day, you don't expect things to be much different. Well, therefore, nothing different is going to happen. Okay, you have to expect it. So this is kind of where it comes in, where we want to start thinking about doing things a little bit differently to start creating the life that we truly want to live. Okay, the struggle is part of the trap. Okay, that by doing the same thing day after day, you're getting the same results. There's a story that I heard about a fly. There was a fly and it was stuck by a windowsill inside a house. And it just kept buzzing and buzzing and buzzing and running into the same space on the window. And it kept doing the same exact thing. And it kept getting the same exact results, right? It couldn't get through the closed window. But 10 feet away, if it had gone the other way, there was an open door, wide open. It could have gotten out and it could have gone and lived a happy, peaceful life. But it died there on that windowsill. It was stuck in its own trap because it didn't try something different. So by doing the same thing over and over, it literally killed that little fly. Okay? So we want to try something different. If any part of your life is not what you want it to be right now, whether it's financial, whether it's career, whether it's family, relationship, body positivity, literally anything where you live, anything at all, health-wise, how you feel inside, if you're dealing with depression or anxiety or any kind of chronic pains or illnesses or anything at all, try something different, because what you're doing is producing the same results. If we don't do anything different, we're not going to get different results. So now is the time to open up our minds and start consciously creating the life that we want. There is no reason you can't live the perfect dream life. And that's going to look different for everyone. Let's start doing that. 2022, yeah, is your year. And you don't have to do it alone. I'm really excited for this. So there are 3 big takeaways. If you take nothing away from today, there are 3 main ways to make what I just said happen. So here we go. So 1, you need to understand that you are the single most powerful person in your life. Okay, this is a big one. A lot of my clients struggle with this one. I struggle with this one too. We feel like other people control us. My job controls my happiness. My friend controls my happiness. My spouse, my kids all these outside forces. And the thing is that that is not true. When you have that mindset, you are giving your power away. Okay. In fact, I just had a client the other day tell me that her family totally ruined her Christmas. She said, like, my husband got in this huge fight. He got so mad at me and he ruined my Christmas. In that moment, she was giving her power away, because nobody can control you except you. What's happening in those situations is we are letting other people's energies affect our own, and we are taking that on as our own. But we are choosing to allow it to affect us negatively. Now, I am not saying that it is easy. It takes a lot of conscious awareness, and we have a lot of tools and strategies that we use with our clients to help get through this. But it is so powerful and so freeing when you can let other people feel the way that they need to feel, and to, validate that it's okay for them to have those negative feelings. We got to get them out, but to then be able to say, I'm not going to take that on as my own, and to be able to choose, how do I want to feel? How do I want to respond? Okay. So that is the first thing, is to understand that you are the most powerful person in your life. Nobody else can control you unless you let them. Okay. Number 2, we have an amazing capacity to change. Okay. Whatever situation you're in that you want to create something differently, you can do that. There is 100%, and there is nothing. I don't care who tells you no, you can't, or how many things you've tried. Yes, you absolutely can change it. Whatever it is, no matter how impossible it seems, you can change it. But it has to be your choice. So you have to be ready, willing, and committed to making a change, because it's not going to be easy, but it is extremely possible and extremely rewarding. Okay, so that's the second thing that we need to understand. Everyone can change. I know people say, like, there's this saying, like, people don't change. Well, that's because they don't want to. It's a lot. It's a dedicated process, but it's possible, I promise. Number 3, you are the only solution. Okay. Part of the problem that people experience is that we go outside of ourselves to try to find solutions, but the solution is within you already. Okay. What we do is we help bring it out of you, but we are not the miracle workers. You are the miracle worker. We just show you how to bring that greatness out and support you 100% along the way. So you have everything that you need to be able to make billions of dollars. You have everything that you need inside of you to live a perfectly healthy life. You have everything inside of you that you need to live pain-free. You have everything that you need inside of you to live in complete bliss. You have everything inside of you that you need to have your dream career, whatever that looks like for you, or your dream family. Okay. It is all within you. And if somebody else can do it, that's just proof that you can do it too. And if nobody else has done it, then you get to be the first. Okay, we can create anything that we want. So that's the third most important thing that's really important to know. Okay, so the world in this universe is literally nothing but possibilities. Yet for some reason, what most of us see is all the reasons that we can't, or the things that we don't have. Okay, I see this a lot with, like, students. They'll be like, oh, thank you so much for this, but I want this, or can we have more? And this is with everybody, not just, just looking at some of the personal experiences that I've had. Adults do it too. We all do. We look at what we don't have, and it's part of our conditioning. It's nobody's fault. that is how our society is. That's how our world has become, very focused on what we don't have. But then what happens is when you focus on what you don't have, that's a lack mindset, then that's what grows, because what we think about is what grows for us, and that's what we attract. So when you think about all the things that you don't have, I don't have enough money for that. I don't have my dream house yet. I'll have to go to work. I don't want to go. Okay, that's lack. So then you're attracting more lack to you. When we switch that and we focus on the gratitude for what we do have while creating the life that we dream of, then you are attracting more gratitude and more things to be grateful for into your life. That is an abundance mindset. That is the total opposite, and it is such a beautiful feeling. Love and gratitude are two of the most powerful feelings and powerful frequencies. So show that gratitude for everything, because we can be grateful for everything that we have. It is so beautiful, everything that we have in our lives, no matter how much or how little, it's something to be grateful for. That little shift makes a big, big difference. Okay. We also want to shift to focusing on what we want. If we focus on what we want, then that is going to grow as well. And even coming from a place of already having gratitude for having those things, that's really, really powerful, and will just kind of help it come to you even faster. Okay. So the universe is ready. The universe is ready and waiting for you to take that quantum leap. So here's what a quantum leap is. A quantum leap is when you set your intention for what you want, and then you start taking positive action toward that goal without fail, without giving up. Okay. And what's going to happen is the space between those two things is going to get smaller and smaller and smaller until boom, now you have it. Okay, so I like to think of this as like multiplying your life, whereas typically we are adding. So people have these conceptions that there are like rungs on a ladder, let's say, and you start down here and then you have to slowly climb the ladder over time. Well, a quantum leap is when you start at the bottom of the ladder and then you jump halfway up the ladder in the same amount of time that it would take you to go up one single rung. Okay. So that is what we see on a daily basis. We help our clients take quantum leaps, and it is quite the norm in this material when you're living this every single day. So some laws that are really helpful to understand to help you do this and to create a quantum leap in your own life. First, really important to understand is the law of transmutation of energy. So what this is when you take an idea and you bring it into the physical form. Okay, a lot of people call this manifestation, but what you do is you think of what you want, you set the intention, and then you don't have to do anything else. Okay, people think that they have to work really hard, and you don't. The universe does all the hard work for you. So the universe behind the scenes, what you can't see, the universe is working on bringing that to your reality, to your physical. But it takes time because you have to transmute energy. So while that's all happening, you just keep having that faith, you know it's coming. And then the universe is going to give you exactly what you need to achieve that goal. So people will come into your life, or ideas will come to you, or opportunities will come to you. Okay, so that's one of the laws that helps us have quantum leaps. We already talked about the law of attraction, where what we think, what we feel, and what we do puts out a frequency. Okay, so that law is really huge in helping us achieve our dreams and quantum leap. The law of vibration, which is secondary to the law of attraction, is that everything is always in motion. Everything is always vibrating. You can't see it because it's on such a fine level, but everything is always vibrating. But that's why it can change. It can transmute because nothing is technically solid. It's always changing and forming and moving. Okay, and the law of assumption. What you assume to be true is true. So if you put an intention out there that you're going to, in 2022, you are going to get your dream body, let's say, and you get really clear on what that is, and you never waver, and you work really hard to keep that intention, and you think about it all the time, and you assume it's going to happen, it will happen. Okay. So our thoughts are cosmic waves. That's all they are. They are really, really powerful cosmic waves that penetrate the universe. Okay. And if you can hold it in your hand, if you can hold it in the screen of your mind, then you can absolutely have it in the physical. So I'm sorry, I said that backwards. If you can see it in your mind and hold it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. Okay. There is nothing that cannot be created in the physical reality. Just because it hasn't been done yet just means nobody's tried, or nobody had enough faith and belief that it was possible. And I go back to the Wright brothers and airplanes. Like, that's huge. Computers, pocket computers, right? Computers started out as like these ginormous things that took up the entire wall, right? And now, I mean, we have them in our pockets, and they're so powerful, and there's so much we can do with them. And there are so many other inventions like that. We just have to believe and have the faith that it's possible. Okay. What if there was no such thing as a problem? What if there was no such thing as anxiety? What if there was no such thing as being unhappy? What if there was no such thing as stress, or being overwhelmed, or depressed, or no such thing as pain? That's all possible. It is all possible for you. Okay. So anytime you start going into that, thinking about the negative things that are going on or that you're experiencing, I challenge you to switch that to what if, and then the opposite. So if your hip is starting to hurt, change that to what if my hip felt fine? What if I felt great? And then by starting to think about that other, the opposite, the positive aspect of what you actually want to be feeling, you're putting energy toward that. That is only going to help you consciously create what you want. I want you to think about too, what energy would you love to be in? Okay. Change your thoughts and change your thinking. So do you think about what energy you're in most of the time, and then think about what energy you'd like to be in most of the time, and start making those little changes. You know, it doesn't have to be all at once. This can be, big changes can happen from little changes. Okay, so just by changing your thoughts a little bit over time, or by changing, you know, what you're putting out there, it makes a huge impact, and it will really change what you're attracting to you as well. So I challenge you to think about what energy you want to be in and to try to spend more time there. When you are happy and excited and in a really super high vibration, and that's just like when you feel really good, you're in a high vibration. Okay, our feelings are an internal guidance system. That's what they do. They let us know when we're in a high vibration or a low vibration. So follow that, honor that. We as a society don't do that enough. So honor that as much as you can. When you're in that really high positive frequency, you are attracting things to you to be excited about, and positive people. You attract positive people to you. It is so beautiful, and it's like magic. When you don't understand it, it is like magic. And that is what's so cool about this, is that it works. Try it. I promise it works. Because we always attract what we are. Okay. So we need to be on the same frequency as what it is that we want in order to attract it. Okay. We have to become that frequency. So asking ourselves questions like, what would my thoughts be? Or how would I behave? How would I appear? Okay. What is in alignment with the frequency that I want to attract? Okay, so if you want to attract positivity and this really good feeling, then you probably want to put yourself together in a way that feels good to you. Okay, that does not mean that you're going to, say, dress the way somebody else wants you to dress. If you feel really good in a sundress, wear a sundress. You know, if you feel really good in sweats, wear sweats. You know, it's whatever makes you feel good. Nobody else can tell you what that looks like. But the thoughts, the behaviors, and the appearance of what you want to attract, the frequency that you want to attract. Okay. And the last thing I want to leave you with here is persistence is key. Okay. Being persistent. That's where a lot of people kind of get off track because they're doing things, but then they stop. You can't stop. You got to keep going. That's where you're going to see the power of this. That's where you're going to see the consistent results. Okay. So my challenge to you for tonight is to take some time to do the reflection questions, because this is going to lay the foundation or the framework for the rest of the week and for your 2022 year. So the reflection questions today challenge you to think about, what does your dream life look like? Okay. And I really want you to open your mind. Okay. I want you to pretend for a second that there are no parameters. Nothing is out of your grasp. Okay. Whether it's something that's been done before or something that's never been done before, I want you to really let yourself dream here. Okay. Go back to your childhood and allow yourself to dream. Okay. What does your dream life look like? Do you want to work like 1 hour a week? Do you want to work 5 hours a week? Like, do you want a relationship? Do you want to live on the beach or in the mountains? Do you want to wake up at like 9 o'clock in the morning? Do you want to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning? Like, get as specific as possible and really think about from the time you wake up to the time the time you go to bed. What do you want your life to look like? Okay. The more specific, the better. But really map that out. Okay. And if you add to it over time, totally understandable, because what we want changes. And then I want you to really dig deep and think, do you think that this life is possible for you to live? So you've mapped out this beautiful life, like your dream life. And now I want you to think about, do you believe it is possible to live this life? And then I want you to write why or why not. If you believe it's possible, why? If you believe it's not possible, why? Okay, this is a really important step, because this is where you're going to start to uncover what it is that is holding you back from living this life that you truly want. So this is a really important piece. And then I want you to think about, how does the idea of living this life make you feel? Again, regardless of whether you think it's possible or not, how do you feel when you visualize yourself in that life? Okay, and then journal a little bit about how that feels. If you have any questions about any of this, if you need any assistance, please reach out. This is what we do. We love, like it makes my heart explode with happiness to be able to help people and to make their lives better and to show you the power that you have within you. So please reach out if you have any questions or need help with anything at all, not even just this week, but beyond. And journal to those questions, excuse me. And tomorrow, Dr. Singer is going to be on. He's got a really great session planned on healing, which is one of the next steps in creating a beautiful dream life. He will probably not be on here at 1 o'clock because he is in California. He is on a little vacation with his family, so it might be a little bit later than that. I will make sure that we get an official time just for tomorrow. Every other day should be on track. But I'll make sure that we get that out for you so that you know exactly what time he will be going on live. But I hope everyone has enjoyed this session, asked questions, and I'm so excited to see the big, beautiful transformations that occur in 2022. Have a great day, everyone.